The video introduces a visual novel game called No Good Noel, developed by Nemlei. It is about two snow sprite friends, Noel and Ivy, and involves magic. Noel and Ivy go wandering deep into a forest looking for rare snowflakes to study, even though it may be dangerous. Ivy encourages Noel to go further into the forest with her to find special snowflakes, believing they can find some from hundreds of years ago made by ancient snowflake artisans. Ivy is confident her father can keep their guest, a snowflake master, busy until they get back. Ivy teaches Noel techniques to improve her amateur snowflake making abilities so she can impress the visiting snowflake master. Ivy finds a beautifully intricate snowflake and believes studying it will help Noel's skills soar. Noel lacks confidence but cooperates. Noel suggests heading home before imps show up, but Ivy wants to press on and climb the mountain first. Ivy convinces Noel to continue by saying the master will leave before Noel can show him her snowflakes if they turn back now. Noel reluctantly agrees to keep going. They return safely to Ivy's house, where her father confirms the snowflake master has not yet arrived. Ivy is glad they went on their adventure and believes Noel should show the master her snowflakes too. Ivy tells Noel to try replicating the snowflake they found. Ivy practices snowflake designs and sharing techniques with Noel to prepare for showing Master Yotatalin. Noel's snowflakes look amateurish compared to Ivy's beautiful creations. Ivy remains confident and believes Noel improved from studying the old mountain snowflake. The snowflake master, named Master Yotatalin, arrives with Ivy's father. He speaks in a thick accent and is surprised to learn both Ivy and Noel want to show him their snowflakes. Noel explains she just wants to support Ivy. The master agrees to look at their snowflakes the next day. Master Yotatalin accepts Ivy as his new apprentice, impressed with her snowflake artistry, much to her excitement. However, he rejects Noel, claiming her snowflake is too ugly. Ivy's father reveals this news to Noel, who has crushed her dream apprenticing with Ivy is dashed. Noel's mother asks her to deliver restaurant flyers for money. Though Noel finds this work demeaning, her family's poverty forces her to agree. She takes the flyers to the snow globe hall. The next day, Master Yotatalin examines Ivy's snowflake in a giant magical snow globe used for appreciation snowflake artistry. He is clearly impressed with her creative and gorgeous design. Noel also nervously shows the master one of her ugly amateur snowflakes. Noel tells an outraged Ivy about becoming Master Yotatalin's apprentice. Ivy accuses Noel of stealing her dream and refuses to listen to Noel's apologies and explanations. Their lifelong friendship instantly shatters, leaving Noel deeply hurt. At home, Noel feels guilty seeing her family's joy and pride over her apprenticeship, knowing she destroyed Ivy's lifelong dream. She resolves to work hard as an apprentice to earn money for her struggling family. Noel's first day apprenticing involves conjuring simple snowflakes onto clouds under Master Yotatalin's guidance. Noel fails at replicating a more complicated snowflake design. The master explains she needs a license to get paid and tells her to rest and try again tomorrow. Master Yotatalin catches Noel advertising at the hall and scolds her. Noel asks to simply practice easy snowflakes without a license for now, but he refuses to pay her without passing the snowflake license test first. Noel worries she lacks the skill. That night, a desperate Noel climbs through Ivy's window to apologize again and try to reconcile. But Ivy stubbornly reiterates her anger and betrayal and throws Noel out, rejecting her friendship. Noel sorrowfully accepts Ivy despises her now over the apprenticeship. To improve, Noel searches for old intricate snowflakes in the mountains that night. But in her depressed frustration, she fails to learn any new techniques. A man suddenly appears who introduces himself as Yule. Yule reveals himself as a snowflake grandmaster and makes an elaborate snowflake with ease. Noel asks him for tips on studying snowflakes to pass her test. Yule gives her advice to visualize snowflakes with her eyes closed. Noel thanks him for his help. The next day, Noel tries Yule's visualization technique, but still fails at conjuring the complicated snowflake for her test. Master Yotatalin allows her more time to practice and tells her not to be discouraged. Anxious about passing her test, Noelle finds Yule in town that evening to ask for more help. Yule boastfully takes credit for the good snowflakes Noelle conjured the day before, revealing he secretly helped her pass. Yule threatens to expose Noelle as a fraud unless she steals 2 artifacts from Ivy's home for him. With no other options, Noelle reluctantly agrees to Yule's blackmail to get his illegal help passing her snowflake test. Yule reveals he already knows private details about Noelle's life and friendship with Ivy. Noelle is disturbed and realizes he has been stalking her secretly for some time. Yule agrees to help Noelle cheat again, but demands she steal artifacts from Ivy in return, beginning his blackmail coercion. With no options, Noelle reluctantly consents. Noelle's mother suggests prostitution if her apprenticeship fails, cementing Noelle's belief she must succeed at any cost. With her home flooding from the vandalism, Noelle's mother pleads for her apprenticeship to support their family. Though Noelle knows it is wrong, she feels forced to continue Yule's crimes to earn her license and desperately needed income. After leaving, Yule returns hours later and reveals he deliberately burst Noelle's water pipes to give her desperate motivation to keep obeying him. Frightened and without options, Noelle feels compelled to keep stealing for Yule. Yule threatens Noelle to go along with his new plan to steal from Ivy's home again. Terrified of him ruining her apprenticeship and future, the vulnerable Noelle reluctantly succumbs to his threats. Following Yule's plan, Noelle pens a fake, overly sappy apology letter to Ivy, hoping to be allowed into her home to steal the artifacts for Yule. Though doubtful it will work, Noelle delivers the dishonest letter. When Noelle hesitates writing the hurtful letter, Yule hurls more threats and abuse at her. Scared and despairing, Noelle quickly finishes the dishonest letter, feeling she has no choice but to obey Yule's demands. Though Noelle tearfully protests, Yule forces her to deliver the fake apology letter to Ivy immediately. Noelle worries this will only provoke more anger, but Yule ignores her concerns and makes her send it anyway. To her surprise, Noelle's letter works and a tearful Ivy immediately forgives her, welcoming their reconciled friendship. With deep shame and regret, Noelle pretends nothing is wrong and agrees to visit Ivy's home. During her visit, while Ivy is distracted, Noelle steals a sphere artifact from her house to satisfy Yule's blackmail demands. She lies about having to leave early, but affirms their mended friendship, feeling immense guilt. The next day, Yule forces his way into Noelle's impoverished home. He threatens to expose her cheating and ruin her apprenticeship if she refuses to continue aiding his crimes. Scared for her family, Noelle reluctantly bends to Yule's coercion. The speaker mentioning they have obtained something, referring to a sphere in their pocket. Another character named Yule protests them taking out the sphere. Yule seems familiar with the area despite claiming to have been lost recently. He implies he has been looking for the speaker, Noelle, or another girl named Ivy. Noelle and Yule begin ascending a mountain. Yule mentions Noelle's mother wanting her to return alive. They climb until reaching a crevice leading to a large cave containing a frozen creature, revealed to be a sealed nymph. Yule requests Noelle break the sphere to obtain its eye and unseal the nymph. Noelle questions Yule's motives. Yule avoids answering directly, merely stating that the spheres belong to him. Noelle presses further, asking what wrong the nymph did to deserve being sealed away. Yule claims the nymph was sealed for simply being hungry. He criticizes Noelle's naivete and allegiance to Ivy. Yule explains that he is the sealed nymph, punished for trying to eat a child due to hunger. He criticizes the harshness of the sealing punishment. Noelle considers whether to help Yule, acknowledging that freeing him may be a bad idea due to his threat of eating children, but decides stealing the sphere could allow her to get the Snowflake license and make money. Noelle tells Yule she will help him obtain the sphere to unseal the nymph, despite her reservations. Yule tells her to meet him the next day to retrieve the sphere from Ivy's house. Noelle worries about having made a mistake in agreeing to Yule's request. The next day, Noelle goes to meet the Snowflake workshop master, despite having had little sleep. The master notices her poor snowflake conjuring skills. Noelle makes excuses and delays doing the snowflake licensing trial. When the Snowflake Master angrily rejects Noelle as an apprentice, Ivy reveals she felt it was because Noelle was too talented for him. This shows Ivy's insecurities about her own skills. While at Ivy's home, Noelle spots and secretly steals the sphere Yule needs. She lies to Ivy about not seeing it, highlighting the damage to their friendship. While trying to lose Yule at the Snow Globe Hall, Noelle struggles to find a hiding place and realizes she is unable to evade him. Ivy confronts Noelle about becoming distant since becoming an apprentice. This highlights the friction arising in their relationship. Yule mockingly points out Noelle's desperation and offers to help in exchange for questionable benefits. Seeing Yule looking ill, Noelle wonders if he is faking to gain sympathy. This exemplifies her increasing distrust of him. When Yule tries repossessing his original body, it violently dies. This leaves Yule weakened and unable to escape. In the toxic ending, Noelle and Yule enter into an unhealthy romantic relationship, constantly bringing out the worst in each other. In an alternate ending, Noelle helps unseal Yule, despite his malicious nature. They end up in a toxic romantic relationship, having a child of questionable nature. Their life involves constantly bringing out the worst in each other. In the Ivy ending, Noelle decides against cheating with Yule to get the Snowflake license, prioritizing honesty and repairing her friendship with Ivy. When Ivy questions her about the broken pipes, Noelle admits the truth instead of lying again, hoping to rebuild Ivy's trust. Noelle visits Ivy and shows her the apology letter Yule forced her to write. Noelle comes clean about Yule's demands and his true nature as an imp. Ivy agrees to help confront Yule and lure him using the spheres. Noelle confesses Yule's lies and demands to Ivy, taking responsibility for her actions. Ivy advises Noelle to be honest with the Snowflake Master as well. Yule manipulates Noelle by threatening her family to get the sphere. Noelle plays along but has no intention of following through. Yule tries to manipulate Noelle's guilt over his frozen friend to convince her to obtain the spheres for him. Noelle firmly tells Yule she wants nothing more to do with his schemes and demands, cutting ties with the manipulative imp. Unable to conjure snowflakes, Noelle makes excuses to delay undergoing the licensing trial to avoid revealing her lack of abilities. Noelle confesses to the Snowflake Master that she faked her abilities, highlighting her choice to be honest even at personal cost. The Snowflake Master angrily rejects Noelle as an apprentice after learning she faked her abilities. Despite Noelle's dishonesty, the Snowflake Master generously offers to reteach her snowflake conjuring, showing forgiveness. The Snowflake Master exposes Yule as an imp based on his inability to touch enchanted snowflake coffee. The Snowflake Master scolds Ivy for her impulsiveness and unwillingness to listen, contrasting her emotionality against the rationality needed to be a mage. The Snowflake Master explains his simple plan for the inexperienced Noelle to lure Yule out of town where he cannot return without a guide. Noelle becomes suspicious of Yule's overly friendly behavior, realizing she cannot trust his words. Noelle's mother pressures her to earn money again soon, complicating her plan to tell the truth about losing the apprenticeship. Ivy agrees to hide and provide backup when Noelle lures Yule with the spheres. This shows Ivy still caring about Noelle despite the strains on their friendship. Ivy doubts the wisdom of confronting Yule even with the Master's help, cautious of Yule's dangerous capabilities. Noelle tricks Yule by pretending to have the spheres, not letting him touch them to verify. This shows her insight into how to outmaneuver him. When Noelle refuses to hand over the spheres, Yule viciously attacks her, trying to force her compliance. That night, Noelle and Ivy plan to trick Yule at the mountain crevice using the spheres. However, Yule realizes the truth and tries to force Noelle to hand over the spheres. Ivy intervenes, getting injured in the process. Ivy bravely confronts Yule and fights him with snow magic, defending Noelle from his wrath. Noelle cleverly covers her tracks and hides to evade Yule, showing resourcefulness despite her fear. Despite injuring himself, Yule persists in obsessively pursuing the sphere Noelle threw, showcasing his single-minded fixation. Witnessing Yule's violence toward Ivy, the Snowflake Master decisively seals him away with powerful magic. Seeing the sealed Yule, Noelle regrets her role in enabling his manipulative behavior and endangering Ivy. In the aftermath, the Snowflake Master scolds them for acting rashly instead of coming to him first. Feeling guilty, Noelle helps move the sealed Yule to join his frozen friend. She then returns to town, quitting as the Snowflake apprentice. Later, Ivy offers Noelle a job producing simple snowflakes for her business, allowing Noelle to earn money legally. Noelle emotionally accepts Ivy's generosity, and their friendship is mended. In another ending, Noelle declines cheating with Yule. This leads to her confessing the truth to Ivy and the Snowflake Master, who seals away Yule. Noelle quits as apprentice, but Ivy hires her as assistant. Their friendship is repaired and both find happiness in their work arrangement.